In this video, number 6 of 8, to teach you how to make more money as a one-on-one coach, personal trainer, program design in a group fitness facility, we're gonna talk to you about what I believe might be the most valuable tool in raising your income as a fitness professional. Stop selling time and start selling solutions. It's for personal training. So if you're a member of the gym, you pay X. If you're a non-member, you pay Y. There's a lot of ways to make sure the value feels commensurate with the service that they're getting. But it's a fair question. And when I said before, I want to make sure it doesn't escape you guys. I said maybe it's not an hour session, it's a 45 minutes sold at an hour rate. I don't mean you tell somebody it's an hour-long session that you only train them for 45 minutes on. I mean you tell them they're 45-minute sessions. This is what they cost. Right? It's the same. If I said to you, hey, I can get you really fit, but you got to come here 3 days a week for an hour each day. It's going to take us about 6 months, and it costs you $500 total. Or I say, I can get you really fit, but you got to give me $5 grand. I'm going to do that, and you're going to have everything you want. And you really will. Which one would you take? $500 over 6 months, 3 hours every single week, or $5 grand, and you have it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which one would you do? If you had 5,000, would you do it? Okay. The point is, I don't want you guys to think about your time as the value. I want you to think about your solution as the value. When you think about your time as the value, you can only go so high. I run a professional development program for entrepreneurs, coaches, and really whoever wants to be in. I have a private chef in it. There's 12 people. It costs them $5,000 a head to do it. There's 17 touch points, which means that I talk to them 17 times over 17 weeks. 9 of those 17 times are done in a group, all 12 of them with me on a video screen for an hour. The other 8 are one-on-one for a half an hour. If you do the math, that adds up to about $1,000 per hour to do it. If you add the math and you now divide each of those group meetings by 12 and you figure out how much time they actually get with me in contact, it's over $1,000 an hour. You can't justify that cost. But you can justify the solution that they get for doing it. And it sells out every time. And nobody has a problem paying it, and everybody makes more than that from the program. So it's important for you guys to recognize it's not your time, it's your solution. And that's where the assessment comes in really handy when we talk about scary goals. Right? I had a patient come into the office one time and she was like, hey, everyone else told me to stop running. I want to be able to run. Okay, why do you want to be able to run? I need to lose 20 pounds. Okay, why do you need to lose 20 pounds? I don't know, it just seems like a good number, you know? I'm like, no, why do you need to lose weight at all? Why do you feel bad about your body? Like, your body looks fine to me. I don't like the way my body looks. How'd you choose 20? I don't know, why running? Because I can control running. It's the only thing I feel like I can just go whenever I want. It's raining, I can run. It's sunny, I can run. I have whatever. I can always run wherever I am. Okay, but again, why is it important to you to lose the weight? After long enough, she broke down, cried, and said, listen, I go to the beach every summer with my daughter, and I have to wear a t-shirt because I'm ashamed of the way that I look. And every summer, my daughter asks me, Mommy, why are you wearing a t-shirt? And I tell her, Mommy's cold, or Mommy doesn't want to get sunburned. She's getting old enough now that she's going to ask me, why don't you just put sunscreen on? Or why are you cold? It's so hot out. So this summer, I don't want to have to wear a t-shirt at the beach. That person would much rather spend the money that it costs to solve that problem without thinking about the hours that it takes you to do it than go deal with that problem again. That's where the assessment comes in. Does that make sense to you guys? So this is how you work with the person who you're going to work with on a regular basis. This is your 2 to 3 a week client, 2 to 3 times a week. Now, if you think someone needs to work with you 2 to 3 times a week, and they're like, I can only afford once, but I'll buy a 12-pack. It is your responsibility to tell them, I'm sorry, no. Because if you think they need 3 times a week, that's for a reason, right? Why would someone need to be with you 3 times a week? You've trained a fair amount. Okay. Why else? Give me another reason, somebody. They're a mess. They really need a lot of help. And in 12 weeks, they're just going to be frustrated. But in 4 weeks, they can have results, right? Right. So if you don't actually solve the problem, you're telling them 1 day a week I'll do it. What you're actually doing, you think you're being empathetic and giving them a break, but in reality, yeah, you're lying to them. You're just taking the money. You're not helping anybody, right? You're putting them in a situation to feel like they're getting what they want, but after 12 sessions, they're still going to look and feel the same way they did before if you think they need 3 a week, most likely. So you have to stand strong and say, listen, it's the same price. I want to get you results. I don't want you to think about this as time. I want you to think about this as results. The only way you're going to get results is if we do it 3 times a week. I don't feel comfortable taking your money and allowing you to do it once a week. Follow? This is your client who comes on a regular basis. The other thing, before we get to it, almost everyone's going to say, 12 sessions, $90 a session, that's $1,080, I think. That's a lot of money. You're going to be like, your instinct is to justify it. Yeah, but, blah, 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 blah. You're going to say, yeah, I know. Do you want it? That's it. You know, I didn't make this up. Price is not a real objection. Price is a complaint. Hey, I don't like the color of this shirt. Okay, you don't have to buy it. A complaint is, hey, Jimmy was a real dick in class today. He made me feel little, and that wasn't really cool. That's a complaint. That's something you go solve. This is what training costs. It's not changing. Do you want it or not? Right? Hey, I need something that I can do word processing and surf the web on. I go to the store. They're like, well, this is a computer. This is what you need. There's only one in the world, like one type in the world. It costs $3,000 and it's bright pink. I'm like, I'd really rather a computer that's not bright pink and it doesn't cost $3,000. Like, yeah, I know. I wish we could give you one. This is what we have. Do you want it or not? Cool. I'll take 2. One for my wife too, please. That's what happens. You can't tell someone that they're wrong about the price. You acknowledge that it's expensive, and you move on and ask them if they want it or not.